First, I'd like to say hello to everyone here at the Mangold project. I am so excited to be doing this because I've been a fan for a while, and now I feel like things are becoming more interactive, which is really fun. So I have a few possible solutions to the chord that was shared today, and I want to show you what I came up with. Originally we had this, and I'm going to move that chord up an octave, add a C in the bass, and resolve to an F major chord. So that's a C7 flat 5 going to F. Now here's a slight variation on that. I'm going to rearrange the chord. Originally we had this. I'm going to move this note up here, and you'll see why in a moment. I'm going to take the two black keys and move them one up and one down, like that, and you'll hear that what we get is something like Antonio Carlos Jobim's Girl from Ipanema. Something like that. So that's another possible resolution, and in that case, I'm still calling the original chord a C7 flat 5, but now it's going to an F major 9 instead of a plain F major chord. Here's another possible solution. I'm going to play the chord over here, and with my left hand I'm adding an A flat, or dominant to tonic in the key of D flat. So I'm thinking of this as an A flat 9 sharp 5 going to D flat. So that's another possible solution. And here's one more. Again, I'm rearranging the chord slightly, the original chord, putting it here so that we have the two white keys on the bottom and the two black keys on top. And I'm adding an F sharp with my left hand. Of course, there's already an F sharp in the right hand, but this time we're going to B major. So I'm thinking of the original chord as an F sharp 7 flat 5. Now, here's another possible solution. I have rearranged the original chord to this: E, F sharp, A sharp, and C, and I'm adding a D in the left hand, and resolving to G major. So I'm thinking of that first chord as a D7 sharp 5 going to G. A couple of other observations. Number one, we could think of the chord, the challenge chord, as coming from a whole tone scale. Here's a simple whole tone scale. 3 black keys, 3 white keys, all whole steps, whole tones, no semitones, and here and here we have the 4 notes of the chord. So we could say that they arise from the whole tone scale. That's not really an answer to the challenge per se, but it was an observation that I wanted to share. One more thing, I wrote a short chord progression to demonstrate how this chord might be used in context, and I will demonstrate that for you and explain the chords. So what are these chords? First, we have this. I like to think of it as an A minor with an added sixth, in this case a major sixth. There's also a sort of appoggiatura, an added ninth on top for extra tension. That ninth on top resolves down to A, so we are left with this A minor 6. You could also think of it as a half diminished 7th chord. Then we have the challenge chord. And in this case, I'm thinking of it as an F sharp 7 flat 5, which goes to B, well, B sus, then B, then an E major 7. Let's hear it again. Simple progression. Basically, I'm thinking of it as if the whole progression is in E major, we have a subdominant function, A minor-ish, right? Then again, something that sort of serves as a subdominant, really it's a secondary dominant, going to the dominant B, with a little suspension there, and finally the tonic. So it's really just a slightly elaborated 2-5-1. Well, thank you for sticking with me through this, and thank you for letting me participate in this challenge.